Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. This is our video on our practice unit test for our graphing unit. Again, this is the majority of slope-intercept form. If you have any questions or if you notice a mistake, please let me know if a mistake has occurred in this video so that way we both can learn from my mistakes. Again, we are on campus, so if there is a loud bell, I apologize in advance. Also, if you hear an intercom, I apologize in advance as we are on campus. All right, let's get started. I will not be doing every single question. I will pick and choose which question from each section to do, but hopefully you can mimic the steps and understand why we're doing what we're doing. So let's do step number one, or question number one. Always read the directions before you begin so you know exactly what to do. Find the slope. So our objective is to find the slope. Given a graph, we need to use up, down, left, right. Now again, up is positive, down is negative, left is negative, right is positive, and it is our direction. Sometimes you'll hear this as rise over run, just because it takes less words. I prefer up, down, left, right, because then you can identify the direction in every step. So whichever point you choose to do, I always choose to do the bottom first. Why? I don't know, I just do. You can choose the top if you want to. I'm choosing the bottom. So I'm putting my pencil, or in this case I have a marker, on the bottom point. Then I have to figure out if I'm going up or down in order to reach this other point. Again, the only time you can travel, or the only way you can travel, is on the lines that are provided. So like the grid. You can't actually travel on the given line, only on the grid that is provided. So in this case, we need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 8 up, and then I'm going to the left, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I did 8 up, 3 left. So up is positive, positive. Left is minus. So then my slope for number 1 is 8 over 3. How many minuses do I have total? I have 1 minus that is going to be placed out in front. Okay. All right, so let's move on to number 2. Number 2, you have this line here. I'm going to highlight it so it's easier for you guys to see. I'm sure you can see it, but just in case, it's this line right here. So this line is a vertical line, and so you should already know what that is, but just in case, I'm gonna draw a little picture. So imagine there's a car, and this is a cliff. Okay, this car cannot be on the cliff, so it's like falling, right? So it's falling all the way down, all the way down. And so we discussed in our class what happens when a car just falls vertically down a cliff, all the way down. And one of my kiddos said that people die. I mean, if someone is in a car and it just drops out of the sky, it goes all the way down, kaput, bad things happen. So when that happens, when you go vertically down, your slope is, you can write also M, but slope is undefined. I abbreviate that, but the slope is undefined. Sometimes you'll see M is equal to UND, undefined, but anytime the car is falling vertically, you need to know that your slope is undefined. Okay, I'm going to leave number 4 for you guys to work on. Let's work on number 5. Okay, number 5 is asking find the slope of the line through each pair of points. Okay, what is given? A pair of points is given. So given to us are points. Therefore, we need to use the slope formula. I'm going to put that here in a thinking bubble. Slope formula is y equals mx. Oh, just kidding. That is not the slope formula. Let me get rid of that mess. Try again. Slope formula, big division sign. Okay, make sure these are minuses here. Do you understand? I hope you can see why I'm calling this a big division sign. It looks like you take a division sign and you blow it up, but here's minuses. So we do y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay. Now, you can rewrite this formula every single time, but instead of rewriting the formula every single time, I'm going to do this. Step number 1, label your point, x1, y1, x2, y2. Always label your point like that. Always label your point like that. That doesn't change. Okay, so then after that, I'm gonna, since I don't have that much room, I'm gonna try to work and write smaller, works kind of a little bit more compactly, I'm going to put bubbles. These bubbles are in fact parentheses, but I call them bubbles. So, and then I'm looking at my formula and I'm writing whatever I have with the numeric, the number that is on top after I labeled, that's the number that goes into each bubble. For example, in my first bubble, I have y2. So I'm looking for y2. What's the number on top? 9. In my second bubble, y1, what's the number I have? Minus 15. In my third bubble, what's my third bubble? x2. x2, I'm looking here, is a minus 8. And in my fourth bubble and last bubble, x1, here's x1, minus 5. Now, immediately, I'm kind of doing a happy dance. It's because I'm noticing some things that can help me out. For example, I'm noticing I have two negatives that I can circle without crossing out a number. That's a plus. Again, I can circle, plus. This only works if you can circle without crossing out a number. If you can cross out a number, it doesn't work. Okay, after this, I'm going to use my counters. So 9 plus 15, I'm going to rewrite that. 9 plus 15, what I have on top. On the bottom, I have negative 8 plus 5. So on top, I don't need to use my counters because 9 plus 15, I can use my fingers. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So on top, I have 24. On the bottom, negative 8 plus 5, I don't know exactly what that is, so I'm going to use my counters. So I have 8 negatives and 5 pluses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pluses and 8 negatives. And again, remember, if you recall watching the video for our notes, a zero pair is only if you have one plus and one minus. So I have 1 plus, 1 minus, they go away. 1 plus, 1 minus, they go away. 1 plus, 1 minus, go away. 1 plus, 1 minus, go away. 1 plus, 1 minus, go away. So then what is left over? What is left over? I have 3 left over. But 3 what? You have to count. Like what is it? Just look. What is it? It's negative. So 3 negative. Okay. Now, if you are in my class, you are okay to stop there. This is not simplified. I repeat, this is not simplified, but you can leave it like that. Now, if you're in a different class or you're in Integrated Math 1, your teacher will expect you to simplify. And if we simplify, 3 goes into 24 how many times? So we're saying 3 times what? Excuse me, negative 3 times what is 24? And in this case, it is 8. And this is your answer. You're going to do exactly the same thing for 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to leave those for you to work on your own. Okay. Here's a hint for you guys for those. I don't know if this will come up, maybe, but just to let you know, if you have a number and a 0 on the bottom, this is undefined. But if you have 0 on top and a number on the bottom, slope is 0. I don't know if this will come up here, but maybe, and so I just want to let you know this. Okay, let's do number 9. Find the slope of each line. Okay, here's the thing, you guys. This one is very difficult. Number 9, in my opinion, is very difficult. So I'm gonna, let's see if I can put a paper underneath it. Oh, there you can see it. You can see it. Okay, so y equals negative 1. Like, what is that? So I'm gonna show you by graphing. If you're always not sure, just graph and then you can see. But remember, y equals mx plus b. So we have our y, and we have minus 1, but we have no x, okay? So this is where it's weird. So this is what I want to show you. Whenever you have y equals a number, just graph it so you can see. So y is negative 1, so find negative 1. There it is. And because we have no slope, we're going to have a horizontal line, okay? So because this is gone, so y equals mx plus b, this is not here, your slope, hope you can see that, your slope is 0. And again, horizontal line will give you A slope of 0. Here it is. Here's your car. If you place a car on a horizontal road and you don't press the acceleration, what would be the speed? The speed would be 0. All right, let's go ahead and flip the page over. Number 10. Let's not do number 10. I want to work on number 12 instead, okay? It's asking for the slope. Let me read the directions. Super important to read the directions. Find the slope. Yes. So all we need to do is identify the slope. All right. So again, slope is the number in front. Y-intercept is the number behind. So what is the number in front of x? Remember, mathematicians are what? We're lazy. So if we can get away with not doing something because it's very common, we will. So this is really 1 times x minus 3. But because anything times 1 is itself, then we just don't write 1 because it's so common. So then what's in front of x? It is 1. So what's our slope? It is 1. Or if you are using slope to graph, you can write 1 over 1. But in integrated math 1, you would need to simplify to that, just 1. All right, guys, this is the end of part 1. We will continue in part 2. If you notice a mistake, please let me know so that way I can fix it, make a correction. Also, thank you for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.